Shaw. Who is that?
Is it Ian? Why is it recording?
You know what you're doing?
I think so. How do I make sure that they can't hear us so we can hear them?
Well, exit the whole thing, do it again.
Do we leave?
I don't know. I haven't been on Zoom before.
Oh, yeah.
Not yet.
Huh?
Not yet.
We don't take 7 o'clock.
Weird.
What?
Weird.
You know,
Is it gonna be on our iPads?
Yeah. It's here, not that.
Just yours.
Yeah, I'll give it to you to look at.
Well, how come people are talking about getting it on TV?
Recording in progress. I'll try his telephone number.
Sorry to anybody if I didn't have it muted at the time. Statistics Canada called right when I hit join. So if part of my conversation got included in this, I apologize for that.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Ann Fitton, and I'm the athletic director at Nackawic High School, and I'll be looking after emceeing this tonight. Just to start off, if everyone can please mute your mics, just so there's no feedback. So to get started, we just have a little video to show. I'll share my screen here and hope that it works.
Thank you, Ms. Fitton, for that nice little introduction video. To those who don't know me, I'm Ross Calder. I'm the vice principal at Nackawic High School, and was asked, can I do the welcoming address? So on behalf of our volunteer coaches, managers, facilitators, which are made up of school staff and members of our local school community, we'd like to welcome you all to our 2021 NHS Extracurricular Awards Night. I think one of the big things that I think we can all say from this year for sure is that we've had our shares of highs and lows and challenges and successes with the world of COVID that we've been going through. But I hope that, this is a great time tonight for us to be able to look back and celebrate the positives, the good things that have happened to our kids within clubs, sports, and other activities that we do within our school. I think one of the most positive things probably came out of this year, if there was one, is our ability to do some of our live streaming for those who are unable to watch, as that was certainly a restriction that we had this year of maximizing like 5 people to be able to come to a game if you're a parent. And anytime you're traveling a kid somewhere, basically you were sitting in a vehicle or at Timmy's somehow trying to get Wi-Fi to be able to watch the game. So next year, we are certainly looking forward to less restrictions, the ability for family and friends to rejoin their student athletes and choir, band, etc., and have a chance to actually be in person with them again to celebrate and cheer them on. So I'm not going to take a lot of time because we've got a jam-packed hour. When I looked at the agenda to get through everything we're going to do, we're going to have to motor. So please, everyone, sit back. Enjoy the evening as we celebrate the accomplishments of our amazing kids at Nackawic High School. Thank you. Have a great evening. And back to you, Ann.
Thanks, Ross. First up is Peter Legassi with our golf team. Peter?
All right. Well, as Ross and Anna both said, thanks everyone for being here tonight. It's certainly another different season for sure. So kicking off with golf, we were one of the fortunate ones this year that actually got to go to a provincial tournament. So that was kind of special after we went through the year. But we did have a different looking team this year. So with golf, we could have up to 6 golfers and we can go to the regional tournament and then provincials if qualified. And we had 5 golfers on our team this year. And we had a rookie, Cody Simpson, who came out in grade 9, Bruce Stairs, Liam Clark, Alex McFarlane, and then Zach Graham, our only grade 12, also joined us this year. We get to travel to St. Andrews and golf at the Algonquin for our regional tournament, which was a lot of fun and not a bad course to golf. And so we finished first down there with a score of 352 and 30 shots ahead of any other team. So we certainly were looking well going into provincials. Unfortunately, provincials, we weren't able to go and spend the night, but as a team anyway, we did a few that were able to get up and get a practice round. And so provincials in Dalhousie, and we all traveled up that morning, which is a pretty good, well, some of us traveled up that morning. It was pretty good drive first thing in the morning. We had a strong tournament up there. We finished second and only 13 strokes behind the home team, which was Dalhousie. So a second place finish this year, not bad at all. Last year, as you know, we were able to pull it off with the first place, but really well done. I was really pleased with all the golfers. We had strong turnout to both tournaments. With the award this year, it goes with tradition way back to when we started the golf team again with back when Doug Clark and Brandon Bradley were back in school, but best score at provincials. And this guy here certainly showed it at regionals and provincials this year, having a best score for our team. So the award for golf this year goes to Liam Clark, leadership, strong play at both tournaments. He finished tied for first overall individually at regionals, and then he had an individual score of 85 at provincials, which gave him second place overall. So congratulations to our golf team. Just want to extend best wishes to Zach as he graduates, and best luck next year. And for next year, anyone that's listening that's golfing, get out and get lots of rounds in, and we're looking forward to another strong year next year. So thanks again, everyone. Take care and stay safe.
Thanks, Peter. Next up is Jonathan Stone with boys soccer.
Hi, everybody. I'm kind of happy that this event didn't happen in the gymnasium yesterday in the school, because I don't think we would have survived. Soccer this year was shortened due to the COVID situation, so we were able to get a 4-game season in a home and away with our close rivals, Heartland and Woodstock High School. Pleased to say that we beat the Woodstock High School team overall with a win and a tie, and we split with Heartland a win and a win. However, there weren't very many goals scored in those 4 games. I believe probably 2 goals were scored. And that goal that Heartland scored against us to win that second game happened in the dark, because the game started an hour late and I couldn't even see the net. So that goal didn't really count in my opinion. But anyways, it was a fun little season. And the boys that were on the team this year, we had a really strong core. A lot of those guys were at the provincial semifinals the year before. And hopefully next year, most of them are returning. If the season permits it, maybe we'll get back to provincials again. I will give out a couple of awards. I'm going to start with the most improved player. And this is a grade 10 player who I've seen over the years from a youngster on up. I felt that last season, even in the 4 games, he demonstrated a little bit more maturity than he had before. Physical strength had improved, his size had come along. Very high level of perseverance on the field, took a lot of things inside and reflected on his play, and scored one of the most beautiful goals I've seen. And that was Adam Graham, grade 10 player, most improved. The next 2 awards, I'm splitting Unsung Hero awards. I'm going to go with our 2 goaltenders, Taylor Bradberry and Christopher Perrin. We had outstanding goalkeeping this year. Both of our goalies are highly reliable. It doesn't matter to me, in exhibition games, which goalie plays, because the 10 guys out in front of them are going to be very confident with them in the pipes. And we were fortunate enough that Christopher Perrin was selected by Team New Brunswick U18 to practice with them, and one of the 2 goalies that was picked out of 5 who tried out. So we're in good stead. Both these gentlemen were, I believe, grade 10. So we'll have them around for the next couple of years, and I'm looking forward to next season with strong goaltending. Last but not least, most valuable player. This is yet another, this is a grade 11 player who I've had the fortune of having on the team for his entire school career. And last year we gave him a new role, a very unique role. It takes a very unique set of skill sets, including field speed, endurance, ability to read the play, and tenacity. This guy's loved by everybody that comes on the field, and I'm looking forward to having him back next year. And that's Gavin Calder, MVP. And that wraps up soccer.
Thanks, Jonathan. Next up is girls soccer with Ian Kitchen and Summer Fleming.
All right, good evening, everyone. I'm going to start off just sort of recapping the season, and then I'm going to turn it over to Sema to present some awards. So I guess I'm going to say that we were fortunate that we actually had a soccer season, because in the middle of the summer, we didn't know what was going to happen with school sports. So it was great that we had the opportunity to have sports back. I know we had a limited schedule. The girls played a 4-game schedule. No home games. We were on the road all 4 games, 2 in Grand Falls, a game in Heartland, and a game in Woodstock. We managed to tie against Heartland, but we did improve as the season went. It was just a little different. I'd like to thank all the parents that drove and were able to follow the COVID guidelines and whatnot. And I'd like to thank Sema for helping me coach. There's an inside joke. I would say that Sema is probably the head coach and I'm sort of the assistant coach, or I'm the traveling coach, maybe is best to describe it. And I'd like to take this time to thank our 3 graduating seniors, Autumn Legassi, Zoe Brewer, and Sydney Burt. Thank you for your efforts on the field and wish you the best of luck in the future. So now I'll turn it over to Sema.
All right, I get the fun part of presenting awards. So I'm going to start with this young lady. She came to practice willing to learn what she could to improve her skills and often immediately adapted to instruction to accomplish this. She was a late addition to our team, only making a debut in her junior year, but she worked hard on the field and quickly became a valuable addition. This player was consistent in her defensive position, encouraged her teammates along the way, and showed a high level of maturity for the sport and life. She will be missed this fall, and we wish this lady all the best in her future as she's graduating this month. So this year's Defensive Player Award goes to Zoe Brewer. Our next award is for a freshman. She's new to our team, but she certainly wasn't new to the field. Eager to perfect herself in all areas of the game, she was often caught focusing on what she needed to improve, and she pushed herself to do so. She brought great speed in the midfield and striking positions, a solid shot, and a relentlessness to keep or gain possession. She's sure to excel in the years to come, and we look forward to seeing her drive continue. So our season rookie is Haley Nason. And last but not least, this lady has come a long way from her first season with us. Initially shying away from some attempts to win the ball, she emerged with a new confidence on the field in the last 2 seasons. She's done well to read the ball and moving it around the field, making runs to create space and improving her ability to strike on the net are just some of the skills that she's managed to improve on. And we hope her confidence on the field translates into all the other areas of her life. So this recipient, for the recipient of this year's Coaches Award is Jessica Patterson.
And that's it for soccer.
Thanks, Ian and Sema. Next up is Jen Perdue presenting some music awards.
Sorry, I started speaking and I was muted. So hello, everybody. For those I do not know, my name is Jen Perdue, and I am the music teacher at Nackawic High. I have been here for 3 years. And understanding our timeline tonight, there's so much I could say about our year and how it went for us. But I think the important things to notice about our program are just that our school band should be a huge source of pride for all Nighthawks because we have been through so much this year. We were not allowed to practice at all until November because of provincial guidelines. We, like so many other people, lost the ability to bring in families and fans to our concerts. And so we also went through that and had to adapt, as everybody did, by learning how to make split screen videos, which was a huge technical challenge, but all of our students were fully on board and we were able to make it work. We have our school band is the biggest it has been since the late 2000s and probably ever, from my knowledge of talking to former Nackawic High music teachers. We have so many keen new grade 9 players, and we are just getting started. And I know on a provincial level, we won Adjudicator's Choice at the Nackawic Music Festival this year, and we were the only concert band that I know of that participated in a provincial festival this year. And we are having another, as you might see in my background, we are having a concert on June the 17th, and the link is there. And we would love for you to come and join us as we celebrate the end of our year. So I have 4 awards to present, and later we'll be presenting also our first ever Artist of the Year award. So our first award is our Most Improved award, and there's so much I could say about this one particular student that I've selected. But it was a hard decision because we have so many grade 9s who have started learning their instrument for the first time this year and played some very technically challenging music over the course of it. This one particular student, though, she joined band because she overheard a conversation in her English class at lunchtime and said, hey, that sounds like a good idea, and picked up playing the saxophone with almost no instruction, and had solos and was the only person in her section all year. And I don't know how she did it. She's incredible. And so we're so excited that you're with us and can't wait to see what you get up to next year. Congratulations, Lily Dupuis. Our next award is the most valuable player. And this individual has always shown characteristics of being a most valuable player through all 3 years that she's been involved in band. This year, she took it upon herself. She's always looking for new ways to use her flute skills. This year, recording a split screen video of O Canada that we listen to a lot, showing leadership to the grade 9s, always being willing to help out run rehearsals. And this year she even learned a new instrument, the piccolo, just because I asked her if she would, and she would. And we're going to miss her so much next year, but we know she's going to do great things when she heads off to the University of Vermont, and that is Brianna Jack. The Spirit Award is an award that is voted on by members of the band, and it is given to somebody who kind of embodies the spirit of what it means to be a great team player, and to just be all around a peer mentor and somebody that everybody looks up to and enjoys playing with. And this girl just makes me crack up every rehearsal. And I'm so glad that she joined us. And I can't wait for what we're going to accomplish together in band over the next few years. And so that award, chosen by her peers, is Maddie Crabb. And finally, the Director's Award is a prestigious award given to a student who is a little bit of all of the things that I just mentioned. They've improved a lot. They're extremely valuable to the band. They show great spirit and leadership and dedication. So this student is a first-year Nackawic High student, but she's been in band for 3 years. This is her 3rd year. She joined when she was in NMS, and she has held her own all year as the only, for a while, she was the only member of our brass section. She's our only trumpet player this year. She went from having 4 to 1 to just her. And lead trumpet is a huge job, and she had no issue taking it on. She's really great supporting her beginning friends in music. And we really appreciate her for her musical excellence and her attitude and her leadership. And so the Director's Award this year goes to Charlotte Wilcox. Thank you.
Thanks, Jen. Next up, we have Matthew Fox presenting for our hockey team.
Thanks, Ann. So this year we would like to recognize 4 individuals from our team, 3 Coaches Award, and 1 individual for the annual Ron Nicholson Award. Before I announce the recipients, I'd like to take a brief moment to provide some background on our season. So it sounds like our season was much like other sports at NHS this year. We were late hitting the ice, our traditional processes were disrupted, and we also experienced multiple stops and starts for a season. But much like our season, the makeup of our team was very different this year. We had 13 rookies joining the team. So we laid the foundation for developing this new group of players in terms of skill development, expectations, etc. But on the flip side, our senior players also experienced a new environment they needed to adjust to. So for the last 3 or 4 years, our senior players experienced a great deal of continuity in terms of team skill expectations, with most players playing at the same level or close level of play. So they didn't have that ability this year. This year, our seniors needed to adjust to take on an important leadership role and exercise patience. So because of this, I'd like to recognize Duncan Christie, Dylan Clark, and Riley Mason as recipients of our Coaches Award. Duncan was our captain. He did a great job leading our team and keeping everyone focused on task, either during dryland training, practices, or games. Dylan was probably our smallest player in terms of size, but played like he was 6 feet tall, 250 pounds. He was our leading scorer during our 3-game playoff series with Carleton North. He was always the player that set the tempo of either a practice or the game, so he was a great asset. Riley was our most diverse player. He played both defense and offense, sometimes in the same shift. But he never questioned why. He always just asked, where do you need me to play? So I'd like to congratulate Duncan, Dylan, and Riley on this recognition. Our next award is the Ron Nicholson Award, which recognizes player most deserving in sportsmanship and dedication. And this year I want to recognize Keaton McPhee. Keaton is a highly coachable player who constantly asks questions and seeks feedback on how to improve his play. He comes to the arena prepared to work hard, both practices and games. So congratulations, Keaton. So I'd like to wish our seniors all the best as they take the next steps in their life journey. Don't stop playing the game. I look forward to seeing all our returning players in the fall. Thanks.
Thanks, Matt. Next up, we have boys basketball with Ross Calder and Michael Springer.
All right, yeah. So quick highlights, I guess, and Tom will allude to this too when he's talking with the girls. It was certainly a unique situation that we were able to play our exhibition games up until, I guess 3/4 of the way through December. And then we kind of ran into practice mode as we went into orange or red phase, and were unable to play games and couldn't scrimmage. And it made things a little bit tough, but we had a resilient crew who you can certainly tell has a love for the game. And that's something that Mike and I certainly appreciated throughout the years, that there was always a fight in them. They would always come, they were committed, and they're ready to go. And we ended up with a 6-3 record. Biggest highlight, I think, for us, and in Ann's little intro video, the pictures you saw of the boys basketball team, it was us taking on Heartland at home. And it was the first time in my knowledge of us playing that knocking them off. And they were in the provincial final last year, and they were favorites to be there again this past season had we had a competitive type provincial like season. So yeah, we actually are going to steal kind of the Academy Awards thing, where at an event earlier this year, we actually did do our awards with our boys. So we thought, as a lieu of saving time, we'll go over them, and I'll do one and then Mike will do one. We won't give a big description of it, but I think the title kind of says it all. So I'm going to kick it off. Our Rookie of the Year this year went to Aiden Johnson.
And our Comic Relief Award went to Ben Annis.
Our Best Shot Blocker Award was Brady Sharp.
The Love of the Game Award went to Caleb McKay.
Our Listen Master, that award went to Stephen Serio Kane.
The Most Improved Player went to Connor Dixon.
Our Most Dependable Player Award went to Thomas Simpson.
The Last to Leave Award went to Alex McFarland.
And our Most Versatile Award went to Brody Van Horn.
The Never Quit Award went to Gavin Calder.
Our Invincible Award, not Invisible Award, that's an inside joke with our activity that happened prior to tonight, goes to Jacob Moore.
And the Offensive Spark Plug Award goes to Matthew Bell. The last two are two seniors.
And we are sorry to see them go, but we are excited that our first home game of next year, we are going to have those two boys come back. They got a special recognition at our little event that we had for them as seniors. And we're going to bring them back so their family can be involved like we have traditionally done with our seniors game, and give them a chance to get the accolades from the crowd and a photo as well. So thanks to everyone. And that was our basketball season in a nutshell.
Thanks, Ross and Mike. Next up is girls basketball with Tom Casey, Adam Pollock, and Darren Wilson.
Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, I hope Darren and Adam are both on here. It was an interesting season. I've been doing this now for probably 30 years, coaching basketball, and it was a year without a senior. We had absolutely no seniors on the squad this year. It was, as I said, a team dedicated to rookies. And we had a winning season. So I guess it went well. We had a couple kids that 3 or 4, I believe, that received Athletes of the Month. And with the COVID, as Ross had alluded to earlier, it's been extremely difficult. It was difficult to just get everybody on the same mind frame. And we did pizza, and we did golf, and the kids survived. I mean, they're very durable. We have everybody returning next year. So I don't know what that means for anybody that's coming from the middle school to try out for the team, but we have all the kids that are right back. And wow, we've got the potential is there. We've got some kids that are grade 12, will be grade 12 next year. The 2 Sophias and Haley. And then we've got our 11s next year, Mackenzie and Kira. And then we have so many grade 10s next year that I can't remember all their names, but they're all going to be back. So if somebody give me a list of their names, that would be good. I know we have 3 or 4 Sophias on the team, but I'm not sure about the number. And Haley's as well. We got a couple of Haleys. I think we have 3 Haleys on the team. I think it's extremely important that I point out that without Adam and without Darren, this team doesn't fly like it did this year. Like we had some ups, we had some downs, but as a coach, and as I said before, I've been doing this for so many years. Sorry about that. That's bubbles. It just doesn't happen. It's so easy to coach when you've got good people around you. And that's what I was blessed with this year. I also want to comment on Allison Allward, probably the best statistician I've ever had. A great manager, kids loved her, and she was there every night just doing her job, and that's important. So we're all looking forward to next year. And I know Ross is going to have a night at the start of next season for his 2 graduating players. I can't do that because I have nobody graduating. And as Adam and Darren tell you, that's a luxury. We've got all our kids back. So we're pleased. We like the direction we're going in. It was a good season. And Adam, Darren, anything? Adam, I see you there.
Okay,
Anyway.
I'm not here, but I'm here.
Okay.
I'm just very proud of these girls and everything they went through this year, the dedication they put into every practice. And like you said, Tom, next year, this is our team, and I can't wait to see what happens next year. Anyway, Adam, you done eating yet?
There we go.
I think the girls did great. I enjoyed every bit of it. I just happy that Tom invited Darren and I to join in with the group, and look forward to next year doing the same thing. So, and I did win that shot. I just want to put that out there. Come on, guys. I'm not even that good of a basketball player, but I got it in.
You did. There's one last thing that has to be said, Darren and Adam, you'll agree, and this is probably a team joke, is that our most valuable player this year was Ed Sad. So we're just going to go with that.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Tom, Adam, and Darren. Next up, we have rugby with Mary Kim Scriver.
Okay, I definitely can't follow that one up, but hi, everyone. Due to the mixed interest this year, we decided to register in the boys division, 7 girls and 3 boys. So the team had to step up their game. As they say, new teams show the most improvement, and it was a perfect time to learn the basics of the sport. The biggest change of the season was that it was a game of touch, so that meant no tackling. And for that reason, we lost a couple of players who wanted to have the contact, but we gained a few as well. And honestly, I was quite skeptical without the traditional tackling component, but it really allowed us to relax and enjoy the game and learn how important communication is to playing any sport. The players that we had this year, Autumn Legassi was the captain, Michaela Goodine, Lexi Brewer, Damon Grant, Tanner Shaw, Ryan Thornton, Olivia Marr, Jane Bridges, Aiden Brewer, Gabrielle Cleveland. And I'd like to make a special mention about Autumn, Jaden, and Gabrielle at this time, since they will not be with us next year. Autumn was with us back when the team was co-ed with tackling, I think when she was in grade 10. And even though she and Michaela were the smallest on the team, they were quite near the mightiest. They could and would tackle 17, 18-year-old boys on the field and wouldn't flinch doing it. It was for that reason I had no reservations making her the captain of the boys team. She really gained confidence and earned respect from her peers and other teams for taking on that role. This year, the practices started in the gym in March. We were able to hit the field in April, which was really early compared to the past few years. We were able to play in Woodstock and in Florenceville, Bristol, and there were many memorable moments that we'll take with us forever. And not just because they played during a very restricted time period. The team made some goals and I feel that we reached them, but we'll continue to make more. So I'm really looking forward to next year. And to all the players who are listening, your certificates will be available to you when you return to the building. Have a nice night, everyone.
Thanks, Mary Kim. Next up, we have Math League with Sean Newlands.
Good evening, everybody. This evening, I'm going to talk about Math League, and I should give a brief shout out to each of the top two. I'm not presenting awards, but we did have a very dedicated group of each of the top players, and even though we couldn't have any games this year, we did have one exhibition night with a couple of games. But I had a group of 5 very dedicated students that played every Wednesday afternoon for the entire year from September until we went virtual last week. But those are Kyle Shannon, Ariana Farrell, Charisma Farrell, Charlotte Wilcox, and Erica Graham. So I just like to acknowledge them, and hopefully we'll be a contender next year when Reach for the Top is back full force. But I do want to talk about Math League. And while the pandemic had a major effect on most of our student activities this year, Math League is one that was able to continue almost normally. We can naturally physically distance in Math League. It's individual, so it was really easy to carry on. The only regular contest that we typically participate in that wasn't offered this year was that provincial mathematics competition at UNB for grade 9 students. Other than that, it was status quo. So we had about 20 students from grades 9 to 12 that took part in at least one math competition this year. And of those, about 10 were regular participants. We had a few students who wrote the prestigious Waterloo University math competitions this year. I'd like to acknowledge the students who led their grade level in each of those contests that were written. So the top student at Nackawic High School in the grade 9 Pascal contest was Ariana Farrell. The top student at Nackawic High School in the grade 11 Fermat contest was Charisma Farrell. The top student at Nackawic High School in the grade 11 Hypatia contest was Emma Graham. The top student at Nackawic High in the grade 12 Euclid contest was Lauren Boonstoppel. And finally, for the Waterloo contest, the top student in Nackawic High in the grade 10 Cayley contest, and also this student was the only one to achieve a sufficient national standing to earn the coveted Cayley medal. That was Mackay Perdue. Congratulations, Mackay, and you can pick up your medal for me at school next week. Now, I'd also like to acknowledge the top students in each grade level in the Nackawic High in the Canadian National Mathematics League contest. To be recognized today, a student had to write at least 4 of the 6 contests. All Math League students, regardless of grade level, write the same contest papers. There were 6 30-minute long competitions, one each month from November until May. In grade 9, 3rd place to Gabriel Price Walford. 2nd place goes to Travis Taylor, and 1st place in grade 9 to Ariana Farrell. In grade 10, the top student was Mackay Perdue. Grade 11, 2nd place goes to Brandon Larson. In grade 12, 3rd place goes to Levi Pike. 2nd place in grade 12 and 3rd place overall goes to Kyle Shannon. We'll jump back to the grade 11s because 1st place in grade 11 and 2nd place overall goes to Charisma Farrell. And leading the grade 12s and the Nackawic High School Math League champion for 2020-2021 is Lauren Boonstoppel. So congratulations, Lauren. You can pick up your champion trophy at school next week. And all the students that were acknowledged tonight for Math League and for the Euclid or for the Waterloo contest can all come see me next week to pick up your participation certificates. Congratulations, everyone, on a great year of math enrichment.
You look sick.
Thanks, Sean. Next up, we have senior girls volleyball, and Ryan Brewer, Len Brewer, and Danny Toner couldn't be online tonight, but I do have a video to share, so hopefully this will work again.
Hey guys, congrats to all the teams at NHS for your resilience and perseverance this year. It was a tough one. The way you all adjusted expectations and followed recommendations, conducted yourselves, speaks volumes about what great humans we have here at NHS in the community. It's good to see some of volleyball being played at NHS here. Probably the most girls we've had involved in sports since I've been here. Congrats to Tom Casey and the senior boys team for their big banner win. I started out the speech with the words resilience and perseverance. That's what got us through the year. Athletes played under odd circumstances. No fans, masks in the gym, rushed warm-ups, not being able to cheer or make contact between points. And in one case, we had a principal at another school chasing us around during warm-up asking for our athletes endured all of this so they could participate in a sport they love. It was an odd year, but the oddest thing I saw is something that I never want to see again. We were in Ormukton, and in the corner of the gym was a door. In this door was a tiny window. And in that window were 4 to 6 masked faces of parents trying to catch a glimpse of the game live because the live stream had shut off. It was the clown car of news. It was sad at the time when I saw this, and it bothered me. But now when I think about those masked faces just trying to catch a glimpse of the game, the word resilience and perseverance come to mind. We're losing 2 seniors this year, Casey Curry and Sydney Bird. They truly will be a loss. Sydney brought the ability to be in the right spot at the right time on the court, and you can't teach that. A whole bunch of experience and a calming presence when she was on the court. I'm sure everyone agrees that Casey Curry had a knack of saying the right thing at the right time to lighten the mood. Both seniors were a pleasure to have on the team and really will be missed, not just by me and the coaching staff, but by everybody who played with each other. Sydney and Casey, because you missed the real provincial banner final this year, we are going to make it a mission next year to send you both an invitation to come share in our appearance in a provincial final. We're looking pretty strong for next year. There's a real strong senior presence, and we have some grade 11s. We'll have some grade 11s next year that grew a lot this year. And by the looks of the JV and exhibition team, gonna have a few pretty good players joining us from there also. Hopefully our resilience and perseverance as a collective group can be put back in the usual box next year and used for competition and not dealing with modifications, cancellations, or recommendations. Here's to a great year. And I'm excited for the next one.
Okay, thanks, Ryan. Next up, we have senior boys volleyball with Tom Casey and Virgil Graham.
Yeah, well, Ryan basically encapsulated everything that we felt this year, Virg, and I felt this year in terms of the situation with boys volleyball. And he, we won our Western Zone title, which was nice, but it's just not the same thing if you're not playing against a different level of team across the province. And we've experienced that before. I mean, we've wired banners up there, and banners mean something because you're playing every team in the province and you're playing the best of each region. And, and Ryan is right. It just takes a little bit from it. I had a good time. I hope Virgil did. We have 3 grade 12 players that are leaving. Riley Nason being the first one. And if ever there's a prototypical big hitter, it's Riley. Now, sometimes it was in the court, sometimes it was on the 15th brick up the wall. But when he hit and it was in play, people noticed. And real good leader. He was our captain. He just basically dictated where we were going. The second one, I'd be remiss and I said to Verge one night, where the heck was this kid? Why did he not play here for 4 years? That's Zach Graham. Probably our best kid in the middle. He just is so coachable. And I think Virgil, you'll agree, he was sometimes inconsequential. But other than that, he just absolutely surprised me because he's a hockey boy, and I just never expected him to show the ability that he did show. Our third kid is a kid, I knew him, Montreal fan, Blue Jay fan, same as me. And he just showed up every night early. He worked his rear end off, setting up, putting up, taking down, never gave up. To me, he is a kid that he epitomizes, dedication to sport. Not the best athlete in the world, but he loves sport and he stays with it. And we've had a few kids like that in the past, going all the way back to Will Brewer. And it was Kyle Shannon. He just was there every day. Never cared. Came out. Fortunately, at the end of the year, we ran some matches that he was able to get a lot of court time in, and he was just fun to watch and enjoyable to be around. And we're really going to miss those 3. We had a grade 9 kid this year, Jacob Ballmer. In terms of volleyball skills, very, very good. His future is very bright in terms of volleyball. Our grade 10s, we had Adam and Liam and Bruce, and Virgil can correct me or not, but in terms of if there was a most improved player, somebody that came down the stretch who showed up and really stepped up his game, it was Bruce Stairs. He was just, at the end of the year, truly good. We had our grade 11s, Thomas and Alex and Gabe, and Gavin. And so, I want to reiterate what Ryan was saying, that we've gone through a stretch at Nackawic High School, volleyball, both boys and girls, where we've had a lot of success. We've been shut down for the last 2 years. It's extremely exciting. I mean, the next 3 years at Nackawic High School look very promising in terms of boys volleyball. Adam Graham stepped up in his big brother's shoes, and he was our secondary middle block. And he did a phenomenal job. So, I mean, I think we're quite adamant in saying that the future for boys volleyball in Nackawic High School is good. I want to express my thankfulness to the parent volunteers that wiped down balls and did score sheets and videoed our matches and all that, because it was a lot of work. And did we miss the crowds in the gym? We sure did. And so I think, I don't know if I speak for Verge, but I'm just hoping that next year things are better. Verge, I'll turn it over to you. I've spoken too much.
Thanks, Tom. I guess one thing I just kind of wanted to say was, I'm just glad that the boys got to play this year. Last year I was coaching JV and Tom was coaching the senior boys, and we practiced for 2 or 3 weeks, and unfortunately we didn't even get to play a match before we were sent out. So, some of those boys that we had this year on the senior team, because there was no JV team, hadn't played volleyball since middle school. So, I mean, I think they deserve a lot of credit for, the development that they did show throughout the year and where they ended up in terms of playing on a senior varsity team at such a young age. And like Tom said, because we have such a good core of grade 11s and 10s and Jacob in grade 9, things look really promising for next year. So here's hoping that we can play a full season and play around the province and have some fun. Thanks.
And I just again, and I said before with basketball, with two really good assistant coaches, it's so important. It makes the job so much easier. Virgil was just phenomenal this year, and I don't know if I've ever really thanked him, but the job he did, the dedication, his research, his work, it doesn't happen without somebody that's that good. And so thanks, Virgil. That's it.
Okay, thanks, Virgil and Tom. Next up, we have junior girls volleyball with Ian Kitchen and Jody Crawford.
All right, Coach Crawford couldn't be here tonight. I don't think he's here anyway. So I'm going to present the talk about the junior girls volleyball team. We had 10 players on our team. We had 7 grade 9s, 3 grade 10s, so that was 7 rookies. We had a slew of girls that came out to try out at the first of the year, which was fantastic to see, and why we ended up having 3 girls volleyball teams at the school this year, which was great. So with a young team, there was lots of growing pains. We stepped up and played against the AA schools in our zone, and we ended up playing in the finals against Oromocto, and we just couldn't find a way to beat Oromocto this year. We were able to beat all the other schools, just couldn't get by Oromocto. I'd like to say that it was, I've coached volleyball now for, as Tom says, for 30 some years, and it was really strange being in gyms with no fans and without being able to go to a provincial and have the hoopla of even just going to tournaments and playing in tournaments. It was a different experience this year, but we've got a young team, and they're, I'm sure they're gung-ho to see it live and the full experience next year. I'd like to thank Jody for coaching with me, and I also like to send a shout out to Zoe Brewer. Zoe was our manager. She came to me shortly after the season began and said, "Mr. Kitchen, could I help out with the team?" And Jody and I had coached Zoe for 3 years, and it was we said no problem, and she was a great asset to the team. So thank you, Zoe, for helping us out. We're going to give out 2 awards tonight, and the first award goes to a grade 9 student who came out, and she struggled at the first, learning the position and whatnot, but she worked every day at practice. She worked hard. She learned her position and played it very well, playing the 6-up position or offside. And that would be grade 9 student Haley Curry as our most improved player. Our other player that we'd like to recognize tonight, she was very consistent on the floor, very dedicated, even tempo, highs and lows. She was right there. She put balls away. Probably one of our most consistent servers, and she looks like hopefully she'll be with us next year, but maybe she'll be on the senior team. I don't know. But our most valuable player, Eliza Jack. Congratulations. And I'd just like to say that the awards for the girls soccer and the JV volleyball have been ordered. And hopefully they'll be around next week to pick up at the school. Thank you.
Thanks, Ian. Next up, we have our exhibition girls volleyball team with Caroline Smith and Sam Giggy.
Hey, everybody. Super excited to share with you a little bit about the special group of girls we had this year. To start, I would not have been able to have as a successful season as we had without Sam Giggy. She is everything I'm not: organized, on time, the pharmacist, the kind words. So a huge shout out to Sam for all your help this year, as well as Jackie. She is such an integral part of the duo in which we are, and she was absolutely amazing this year. The girls, as Ian had said, we had so many girls try out that it just absolutely wasn't an option to not have these 9 girls play this year. And I cannot believe how much they've grown from the moment they stepped into the gym till our last game when we finished 3rd, which I think surprised a lot of people. You know, they grew so much, they worked so hard, and the biggest thing though, I think, is the confidence that they were able to build this year, and how much they improved as individuals, and not only as players, but as teammates as well. I wanted to do a special shout out to our team captains, Tori, Kirsten, and Haley Giggy. Their leadership was integral this season. We had a lot of girls who have never even played volleyball before. So without them, you know, helping them with very much the basics and just being fantastic leaders. So I'm so grateful for all 3 of you. The one award I wanted to give out this evening, because truthfully, all of these girls deserve an award in their own right, especially after the season that we've had. This one player particularly who has never played volleyball before, and she emailed me almost every day asking me what she could do better, how she could improve, you know, specific questions. Hey, can you draw me a diagram on this? When I spoke to her, she really listened. She was literally a coach's dream. And I think she has an incredibly bright future. And our most improved player this year is Ariana Farrell. So congratulations. And yeah, the future is very bright with Nackawic Volleyball, and I'm just super grateful to be a part of it. So thank you very much on behalf of myself and Sam.
Thanks, Carolyn. So now we're moving into the part of the night where we present our annual award winners. So the first up, Ian Kitchen is presenting the Will Brewer Sportsmanship Award. Ian?
Thanks, Ann. The Will Brewer Sportsmanship Award. This award is presented annually to an individual who exemplifies all that it means to be a student athlete. By displaying respect at all times for their teammates, coaches, officials, and opponents, they have demonstrated sportsmanship throughout their high school years. I've had the privilege of coaching this individual all 4 years that she's been in high school. She's a pleasure to coach, and she plays the sports and the games for the love of sport. And you could ask her whatever you wanted her to do. She would try, she would do it. Sometimes she'd look at you and say, really? You want me to do that? And it'd be, yeah, go try that. So, but she loved the game. And I've talked about her earlier. She loved the sport. She loves being involved. And she came and she was a manager for the JV girls volleyball team. So this year's Will Brewer Award winner is Zoe Brewer. Congratulations, Zoe. Thank you.
Thanks, Ian. Next up, I'm going to be presenting our Athletes of the Year. We'll start with our Female Athlete of the Year. This award is presented in recognition of your athletic achievement as a member of the NHS soccer, basketball, and volleyball teams. You led by example at all times. You're a role model for all those around you. You led each of your teams in most offensive and defensive categories. Your exceptional attitude, desire to learn, and your friendly demeanor make you a coach's dream. Congratulations on being named Female Athlete of the Year for 2020-2021, Sophia McFarland. Congrats, Sophia. Next up is our Male Athlete of the Year. This award is presented in recognition of your athletic achievement, dedication, and perseverance as a member of the soccer, basketball, and volleyball teams. Your coaches describe you as a hardworking player, always willing to put in the time to improve. You stepped up as the stopper on the soccer team, fulfilling a much needed position. As a member of the basketball team, you led the team in most offensive and defensive categories, asserting yourself as a dominant player in the conference. Congratulations on being named Male Athlete of the Year for 2020-2021, Gavin Calder. So congrats to Sophia and Gavin, and we look forward to seeing your achievements next year in grade 12. So next up, we have Sean Newlands presenting our Citizen of the Year Award.
Hello again, everybody. I have the honor of presenting the Citizen of the Year Award for 2020-2021. In order to be eligible for Citizen of the Year, a student must meet the following criteria. They must be in good standing in all of his or her classes. The student must be helpful and cooperative, and the student must contribute to school and/or community life. An abundance of students at Nackawic High School fit this criteria, which makes this choice very difficult every year. When you think of the word citizen, a number of things come to mind: volunteerism, involvement in the community, honesty, trustworthiness, respectfulness to others, kindness, compassion, responsibility, tolerance, inclusion, and many more. Our recipient this year possesses all of these qualities and more. As president of the student leadership group, this student has been instrumental in coordinating all of this year's advisory challenges and other events to bring Nighthawks closer together during this challenging year. This student produced the Remembrance Day Assembly video this year, and she shows overall excellence in the field of visual and digital arts. She is the go-to person in the school for any school-wide productions. And this student is also a core member of the new Positive Action Committee and has many great ideas about how to improve the mental health of students at Nackawic High School. Congratulations to Nackawic High School Citizen of the Year for 2020-2021, Olivia Hicks.
Thanks, Sean. Next up, we have two new awards that we're presenting for the first time this year. And these are Artist of the Year. And we have Jen Perdue and Melissa Keene presenting these. I'm not sure who's going first, but Jen and Melissa, the floor is yours.
I can go first. So hi, everyone. And I'm here to offer our award for Visual Artist of the Year. And we have a lot of creative students at our school. And this one in particular is an incredibly talented digital and visual artist. And this past year, she's shown tremendous growth in her ability and talent, and over the past several years, actually. And she's just this year, inexplicably, she's consistently challenging herself with new drawing techniques and often took on really complex drawing tasks that are way above grade level. And she's demonstrated her artistic capability time and time again. And her complex digital pieces show huge artistic potential. Congratulations on being awarded Visual Artist of the Year, and it goes to Ayla Taylor.
Thank you, Melissa. And so I'm presenting the second Artist of the Year. So this one is for music. And so our Artist of the Month and Artist of the Year, just in general, is something new that we started this year, and it recognizes creativity in a variety of things. So maybe next year, you know, it could be awarded for drama or for something else. This year it's visual arts and music, but it may be different things in the future. So I am awarding Artist of the Year for music. It has been amazing watching this student's career take flight in real time over the past 3 years that I've known her. She has always been an all-around excellent fine arts student, but the past year and a half has been a whole new level for what it means to be an excellent musician at Nackawic High. You've set a new bar. You made your debut as a member of the New Brunswick Country Music Showcase at the Fredericton Playhouse in February, establishing yourself as part of the provincial community of musicians. You also started your own YouTube channel, performed your original compositions, started your own private music instruction studio, and furthered your knowledge about audio recording, both out of necessity and out of interest. You are a regular performing musician at gigs in the greater Fredericton area. You also continue to be a talented visual artist, such as when you designed the official NHS Music logo. You are so much more than just an excellent artist, however. You are the perfect example of what a graduating Nighthawk should be. You are intelligent, you are mature, you are independent, and you are ready to take on the next chapter of your life as a positive and contributing member to our society. We will sincerely miss you. We will sincerely miss your leadership, your kindness, your enthusiasm, and your talent, but we know you will take those attributes with you wherever you go. You will make an excellent music teacher someday. Congratulations to the first ever Artist of the Year for Music, Dominic Shaw.
Thanks, Jen and Melissa, and we look forward to presenting these Artist of the Year awards in the years to come. Just of note for all of our annual award winners, you will have prizes available at the school next Tuesday and Wednesday when you're back in the building. So our final set of annual awards are our Students of the Year, and Ross Calder will be presenting those.
All right. Yeah. So this, like Ann said, this is our final one for the evening. And kind of the criteria for Student of the Year is a student who's in good standing, high academic achievement, and students who are involved in the extracurricular side of things within the school, and just a well-balanced individual. So we will start with our grade 9 Student of the Year. This year's recipient was on the Principal's Honor Roll, shows tremendous resiliency. This individual is a member of the GSA, concert band, the PAC for mental health, part of choir, spirit group, and student leadership. And this individual comes to school every day with a smile on their face and always contributes to lessons, and you're always willing to help your peers. This year's grade 9 Student of the Year goes to Lily Dupuy. Congratulations, Lily. Our grade 10 Student of the Year, this individual, also a member of the Principal's Honor Roll, shows great leadership and citizenship. You show a great deal of intellectual curiosity towards your studies, which is a very advantageous quality. Your classmates respect you and value your input, and they lovingly call you class mom. You have managed to be part of the PAC group, and you look after the Twitter account for that group, and you're also a member of student leadership. This year's grade 10 Student of the Year goes to Kirsten Bragdon. Our grade 11 Student of the Year, again, member of Principal's Honor Roll. Your positive, your positivity, I guess, has been a refreshing piece to this somewhat morbid and somewhat sad at times pandemic year that we've had. You're always looking for ways to lift your fellow Nighthawks up, and you are an integral part of the student leadership group. This year's grade 11 Student of the Year, Charisma Farrell. Congratulations, Charisma. And our grade 12 Student of the Year, to round out the group of 4, another Principal's Honor Roll student, produces extremely high quality work. You add to class discussions, you are great with helping your peers, you're reliable, and you're conscientious. Not only that, you're also a member of the Math League and a big piece of the boys volleyball team. So congratulations for our grade 12 Student of the Year goes to Kyle Shannon. Congratulations to Kyle and all the other 3 recipients. Well deserved, well done.
Thanks, Ross. And to close out the evening, we have Sean Newlands, just to wrap things up for the night.
Thank you, everyone. In closing, I'd like to thank all of you for attending our virtual award ceremony this evening. I think at one point we had 61 people that were logged in. That's fantastic to see. And hopefully we can have, well over 100 in a face-to-face banquet next year, like we all know and love. But while, you know, we couldn't get together and have a meal and celebrate in person, we still knew we needed to celebrate the accomplishments of our Nackawic Nighthawks. I'd like to thank Miss Fitton for organizing this event and for preparing the acknowledgements that will be shared later via social media, celebrating our award winners. This was truly a year like no other. Many of our sports seasons were shortened. Many of our clubs and other activities couldn't operate at all. And those that did run didn't feel the same. There were many new rules and restrictions that were difficult to get used to, and at times certainly took away from the atmosphere that you were all used to participating in. Many parents couldn't watch games, and if they could, they often had to take on a role in order to do so, like scorekeeping or sanitizing. I'd like to just commend everyone, students, parents, coaches, for persevering through a very difficult year. And while the year was different, your love of representing Nackawic High School in various activities shone through, and you made us all proud with your perseverance, resilience, and positive attitudes. I'd like to give a special shout out to our coaches and all group coaches and facilitators who dedicate hundreds of hours each season to provide quality extracurricular activities for our students. This year in particular, they had to deal with frustrations of seasons starting, seasons pausing or ending early, sometimes starting again, and then COVID directives and protocols that were constantly changing. But rather than throw in the towel, they adapted and persevered because they are so devoted to the students that they serve. But most importantly, of course, I want to thank all of the phenomenal students that participate in our clubs and sports throughout the year. You are all true leaders and role models for the younger children in our community. I wish all of our graduating students the best of luck in all their future endeavors, and I encourage you to continue to be active participants in your community in the future, whether by playing sports, coaching, or volunteering. You've all had a huge impact on the NHS community, and don't underestimate the impact you can have in the future by continuing to be involved in giving back to your communities. Congratulations to all of our award winners this evening and to all clubs and teams for their accomplishments in the difficult year. Good night and stay healthy, everyone.